afternoon, everybody. We continue with our Taking Action Against Domestic Violence campaign, now in year 4. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control estimates that domestic violence costs businesses more than $7 million a year. That includes increased sick days, unexplained absences, lower productivity by the employees who may be victims of abuse, and by batterers on the job as well. It's a reality that's causing more and more corporations to take a serious look at this issue. And we want to thank Sykes Enterprises, a global company based right here in the Tampa Bay area, for partnering with us once again for our annual Taking Action Against Domestic Violence campaign. Together, we've produced powerful public service announcements that raise awareness of local resources that exist to help victims. The spokesperson they've selected, uniquely qualified for the job.
People say, why don't you just leave? But nobody ever tells you how. Yes, you want to leave, but how do I get out? And how do I get out safely? I needed to hear that there is a shelter out there. I needed to hear that there is a crisis center out there. I needed to hear that there is a family justice center out there. I needed to know that there was a community that existed that cared. I'm Audrey Mabry, and I'm not only surviving, but I'm thriving.
Brought to you by Sykes Enterprises.
And joining us in the studios with more is Andrea Burnett-Thomas, Director of Corporate Communications for Sykes Enterprises. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
So what did you think of that spot with Audrey when she says, I'm not only surviving, I'm thriving?
That is just such an inspiration. Even to me, I'm not a victim of domestic violence, but to hear that someone has such a strong spirit and a strong resolve to reach out to those who may be suffering in silence is just inspirational and heroic.
The company last year made a decision to not only partner with us on the campaign, but to also implement a whole new awareness campaign among your own employees. How is that going? Tell us about the updates.
Well, you know, I think it's going well. The biggest defense we have in our society against domestic violence is simply talking about it, letting the victims know, and even family members, friends, and coworkers of those victims know that help is available. I think that's one thing that Audrey mentions. She didn't know it was available. And so for people that are going through that tough situation to know how to get help, that should be our priority.
How do employees of Sykes Enterprises across the country access these public service announcements that Audrey recorded for you?
We have them on our intranet. We're very happy to be able to work with ABC Action News and making it available externally too within the Tampa Bay community.
Well, thank you, Andrea. It's always nice to see you. Please remember to join us on October the 19th, Friday night at 9 p.m., where you can join our community partners like Sykes Enterprises, the All-State Foundation, for this year's primetime special. It's set for October the 19th at 9 p.m. on your ABC Action News station. And remember, if you or someone you know may be a victim of domestic violence, please call the statewide hotline at 1-800-500-1119. At ABC Action News, domestic violence awareness is a year-round commitment. We include the statewide domestic violence hotline in our newscasts, on our website, even in social media. Even here, behind the scenes, we share that hotline number with our employees. Why? Because we know that hotline works. If you or someone you know may be a victim of domestic violence or dating violence, call 1-800-500-1119. No judgments, just help.